Every leaderboard has a top side that gets the guts and glory and all of the coverage that everybody would want. But when you scroll down to the bottom, there's those people down there that just don't get it all. So today I'm here to tell you why, at the very bottom of the punting average leaderboard, Kent State's very own Josh Smith is a lot better than you think, despite being at the bottom of recorded punting averages and despite being in bottom 5 of net punting averages for this season. So today we'll be doing a quick breakdown on why he's actually not bad at all. But if you want something else that's not bad at all, you got to check out today's sponsor of this video, Canadips. Canadips are dip pouches filled with 15 milligrams of that good CBD. Now, if you're a college athlete in the NCAA, make sure that you don't go out and get your can, but everybody else, go check it out, especially if you're trying to kick a wacky tobacco habit. It's a great way to take the edge off and support your favorite punting YouTube channel. So go check out CanadipCBD.com using promo code PUNT for 20% off your order. But let's get back to our punter. So back to Josh Smith. So Josh Smith actually does a bunch of things really well that we're going to start off with brilliantly, and then we're going to kind of talk about where some of his shortcomings come into play. So the first thing he does really well is he does a great job of keeping the ball away from returners, and despite the fact that he had one of the lowest net averages this season, it wasn't because of return yards, right? It was just because he was kicking the ball a little bit too short, which we'll get to later. But admittedly, his direction game is insane, and I think you can really attribute that to him playing footy for 15 years over in the land down under before coming over here to the United States. This is one of those things that as you're watching this film, you'll just be baffled because it always looks like he's hitting somewhat of a clean ball. It never looks like he's just constantly shaking them out of bounds, even though, you know, without a doubt, some of them are going shorter than they probably should be going. But he actually plays this game really brilliantly and does a good job with his directional prowess. Fundamentally as well, if you're just watching his form and just looking at how he punts the ball and places it and just gets everything lined up with his own technique and his body, that also looks very, very sound from him. But that's what you should expect for somebody who's been punting a ball for 15 plus years. So if he has good direction and he has phenomenal form, now we have to ask ourselves the question, where are we losing him? Where are we going? Why aren't we part of that elite 45 plus average crowd? Why are we down here in the 37s? And here is where things get a little bit interesting because it's not always as clear cut as it may seem, but I'm going to take my best guess as what's going on. First, I'm just going to go ahead and try to grab the low hanging fruit, which is the weather difference between Melbourne and Kent, Ohio. So Melbourne, the lowest weather that they're going to have on average is a lot better than the highest weather average that they're going to have here in Kent during the winter months. And even though the Australian rules football is played during the Australian winter, it can't really hold a candle to the Ohio winter that Kent is going to have to play in for most of the time. And then the last piece that I have to look at here is just a little thing that's called football intuition that I think him playing his first year of American football, he just doesn't quite have yet. Like, he doesn't understand the importance of getting the ball downfield and flipping the field. It would appear, because he can hit the long ball, he just doesn't all the time. Like, and I'm not always sure why. It seems like a quarterback that all he wants to do is just throw the check down pass because he's going for completion percentage. It looks like he just wants to keep his return yards low the entire season and keep everything away, and he's willing to sacrifice a lot of yardage to do so, not understanding that over the course of an entire season he's giving up close to 10 football fields worth of yardage by just playing it too safe. So ultimately that's what I think is holding him back, and as soon as he learns how to kind of open it up and take those calculated risks and really bomb one down the field, he's going to completely dominate for this team, and I think that's something that he should be looking at to do in the near future. But those are just my thoughts. What do you guys think? As always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I can't wait to hear your responses in the comments below. Peace.
Josh Smith able to get it off.